Welcome one, welcome all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. No matter where you are, what time zone you are in, it is time for one thing, and that is the Season 30 Season 31 PBE Majors Draft. I almost did that flawlessly. Almost. Just a smidge off. I am your host for tonight, AJ887, and I am joined by a bunch of people. So we are going to go back into the group chat so that you can hear all of these lovely people, and we'll do some introductions. So we are going to hop right on into it. We do have our co-host for the evening, Derek Rogers Jr. Derek Rogers Jr., how are you doing today? Looks like you're on mute in the group chat, just in case you didn't know. All right, we'll come. There we go.
I am on mute, and I'm very sorry about that.
Welcome. How are you today, Derek?
I'm great. I know nothing about the draft, and I'm just sitting here listening to everybody else talk about it.
It's gonna be great. We also have the commissioner of the PBE, or as you will see on the overlay in just a second when I switch on over here, uh, who I call the HOGM or head office GM. That being Hummus God. Hummus, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Shout out to the Draft Graphics team. Got a quick announcement about the Tahini Classic, though. For the first time ever, I'm working with Matt Bake 12. He already confirmed he'd help me. So if you're listening, Matt Bake, I'm going to hold you to this. But for the first time ever, you'll get 500K for just submitting a bracket. So we're finally giving out participation money. We're calling it a community event. And so get your brackets in. Make sure you post on JSync. And yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight.
That's coming up soon, so be sure to fill out your brackets for the Tahini Classic. Also in the call, we have three other PBE GMs. Obviously, I'm one, the GM of the Vancouver Vandals, but we have three other ones. We have the GM of the New York Voyagers, Enoch. Enoch, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited and happy that
It,
that you can make it.
it is very exciting. I love draft time. It is probably 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 one of the best times in the league.
It is. It's one of
Really,
my
yeah,
favorites at the very least.
yeah, it definitely
Uh,
is.
We also have the GM of the Indianapolis Apex, Pazuzu. Paz, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Just hanging out, you know. Excited for the draft to go on and to see all the new people on their teams. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It is indeed. I'm looking forward to it. And we also have the GM of the Seattle Sea Serpents, who I was just adding to the was just adding to the little text overlay because you were kind of a late addition. But we have C Does It from the Seattle Sea Serpents. How are you doing tonight?
Man, doing great. I love draft night, and I just remember the first time I got drafted, and I'm just excited to share some of that hype that I felt the first time with some of these new guys who are coming in. Really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, this is one of my favorite nights of the PBE, and that's why I always try and strive to be the host of the Majors Draft because it is just really just a bunch of fun. Everyone finding out what Majors teams they're going to go to, and uh, hopefully nothing but positivity through the picks. But yeah, it's I wasn't able to do it for season 30. Leatherneck Mike did an excellent job last season. I really wanted to, but I was out of state at the time. But yeah, I'm back hosting this. I don't know how many I've done, but it's been a while. But yeah, we're gonna jump right on into it. First of all, thank you to Paz for gifting 5 subs in the chat. Let's get a hype train going. Maybe other people are gonna give some subs. Um, Io just brought up the draft parlay questions. I think I have the correct answers for them, and we'll be going through those as the picks come up. So once we find out, like the first question was recreates in the first 5 picks, over under 2.5. So we'll find out whether that was over or under after the 5th pick, and I'll try to make note of those as we go along. But So for those of you who are following along for the TPE, for your draft parlay, there you go. All right. I think we've delayed it enough. I think it's time we get on into this thing. So first of all, there we go. There's the first round. What the first round is looking like so far. If you're wondering about the order is reverse season standings. So the team with the best record is picking 16th, that being the Indianapolis Apex. As you can see, there are some teams that have other teams' first round picks, like the Sloths have 3 picks in the first round. They had already traded prior to the draft being started for the 2 other picks. So or actually 4. Now that I completely missed the 4 overall pick. You'll see OBX has a couple of picks. So as you can see, it's not exactly reverse season standings, but the order is. It's just some people own other teams' picks. So let us get on into it. Now, usually if the GM is on the call, I will have them read out their pick for their team. We don't have an OBX GM with us on the call. And I know, Hummus, you usually like to read off the first overall pick, so would you like to do that tonight as well? Oh, actually, I do have to. I think you're muted, by the way, Hummus. But
Yeah, I'm here.
before you do announce that, there is actually a trade. So number 1 overall no longer belongs to the OBX Aviators. Number 4 and 10 overall are being sent from the Sloths to the Aviators, and in exchange, the Aviators send that first overall right back to the San Antonio Sloths. So now the Sloths, as you can see from the updated first round, Sloths now have only 3 first round picks instead of 4, and OBX has 4 and 5 here, as well as 10 overall. So now I think we are ready to announce the first overall pick. Hummus, would you like to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You got to show it. But I'll announce it. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, you got to do the lead up, though.
Shout out to the Draft Graphics team. Wow, amazing work already. I'm already amazed.
All right. So you got to do the lead up, though, like with the first overall pick of the.
Let's do it. With the first overall pick of the Season 31 Majors Draft, drum roll, please. The San Antonio Sloths select Big Vito, user Dagumpa, right fielder out of the Chicago Kingpins. Congratulations to Big Vito Dagumpa for joining the first overall pick club. Comes in at 220 TPE, hitting 250 his last year in the last season in the minors, 312 on base. But congrats to Dagumpa. Couldn't have happened to a better person. I've gotten to know him very well. As a head office member, the dude is an absolute machine approving players. He probably approved your player if you're watching right now. So congratulations to Dagumpa. You are officially a legend in this league. And shout out to the Sloths for picking him.
Yeah, and we do actually have a quote from Juosu saying, quote, "With 4 first-rounders in this draft, we always knew that we could afford to make some trades here, and with Dagumpa on the board, we felt like he was the most interesting pick out there. I always get along well with him and knew him for a while, and Bo Sox immediately liked him in scouting too. We didn't originally want to give up this much, but after hearing other teams were also trying to trade up to take him, we increased our offer and got the guy we wanted." So 4th and 10 overall for the number 1 overall pick being Dagumpa. I think the Sloths made a great decision here. You got a head office member, you've got a proven earner, and an absolute great user. So congratulations to the San Antonio Sloths for picking Big Vito here at number 1 overall, and congrats to Dagumpa for going at number 1 overall. And that will bring us to the 2nd overall pick. And Hummus, why don't you, since you're part of the Supernovas organization and they're the ones that are scheduled to make this pick. Just kidding.
First
Supernovas
card.
traded away. Psych! Scorpions actually are going to receive number 2 overall in exchange. The Supernovas receive from the Scorpions number 9 overall, as well as season 32 and season 33 seconds. So DVS trading up to try and get to a higher pick in the draft. Sarasota trading down in the first and also getting a couple of seconds as well in the future. So as you can see now, we have the updated board with the Death Valley Scorpions at number 2. And now, Hummus, you won't be able to make the make the announcement. I'll go ahead and announce that with the second overall pick in the Season 31 Majors Draft, the Death Valley Scorpions selected Beef Rye, user Beef Rye, not to be confused with each other. Previous create was Brandon Fry. Excuse me. This is BF Hiltz, if some of you know him on Discord, but B. Fry, the shortstop with 244 TPE out of the Florida Flamingos organization, average of 332 and an OBP of 382. And this is a fantastic render by Rapid Eagle, by the way. It's a beef sandwich on rye, which is phenomenal. We do have a quote from Person Man, the DVS GM, saying, "In an absolutely stacked draft class, there are a few players that are truly good enough to stand out among the rest. Beef Rye is one of those players. Beef Rye, as a user, is among the elite as a proven top sim leaguer and banking head in the PBE, not to mention having over 200 mil in the bank himself. Beef Rye is at the top of the Season 31 draft class in TPE and just had a phenomenal season in the minors. When the time comes, he will play a crucial role in the transitioning of Death Valley's current core set of players to the next and continue the tradition of Scorpion's dominance." So congratulations to Beef Rye for being selected at number 2 overall here, and congrats to the Scorpions for getting the player that they wanted and trading up to do so. And that will bring us to number 3 overall. That being the Boise Raptors. And this one will not be a trade. Boise Raptors will make this selection. So Derek Rogers Jr., do you want to do the lead into it as we transitioned over?
I'll give my best shot. I'm not sure how good it's going to be, but with the third pick in the Season 31 Majors Draft, Boise Raptors will select Kit Ketcher, a starting pitcher on the Brew City Bears. End up having 208 TPE and an ERA of 3.54 in their last minor season. And the user is Murr. Looks like the image is of Scotty Hinson from A League of Their Own.
Oh, I didn't recognize the reference. But yeah, I like how Kit Catcher is a starting pitcher in wearing catcher's gear. I like to think in my head that she's out there on the mound, still in the catcher gear, to represent.
I always found it funny that is Kit Catcher, but they're a pitcher, and then they find a catcher. But it's hilarious. It's great.
It is great. I also have a quote from Petra, the Boise GM. Mur/Hannah, we are super happy to have drafted Hannah here at 30A. She has multiple friends here at Boise who will be taking care of her and who will be happy to see we got to take her. A pretty well-known user in the SHL, and for good reason, becoming minor league HO so quickly, becoming an active locker room presence everywhere she goes. We hope she continues that trend here at Boise, and we look forward to having her around the locker room and a crucial part of that pitching core for the future. I can... at the very least, I can attest to the very active locker room presence, and a very positive one at that, being teammates with Kit Catcher in the Brew City Bears locker room. So this is a great pick by the Boise Raptors. If you're looking for pitchers, this was one of the top picks for Season 31. So congratulations to Kit Catcher for going to the Boise Raptors at number 3 overall, and congratulations to the Raptors for drafting Kit Catcher. That will bring us
Very good pick. Very, very good pick.
Absolutely. And that will bring us to number 4 overall. And as I mentioned previously, we do not have an OBX GM in the chat, but we do have a quote from one of the OBX GMs, so I will read that off once the pick is announced. But with number 4 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators will select Pico Bear, starting pitcher, user Pico Bear, 230 TPE, 3.5 ERA with a 1.37 WHIP last season, from the Kansas City Hepcats organization. So congratulations to Pico Bear. We do have a A quote from Bailey, one of the OBX GMs, saying, "We had a great chat with Pico Bear. In the scouting, we learned a lot about the user and think they will be a huge benefit to the locker room. They also have the cutest profile picture in the league. It's not even close. Pico will absolutely bolster our rotation." So congratulations to the Outer Banks Aviators for getting Pico Bear here at number 4, and congrats to Pico Bear for being drafted by the Outer Banks Aviators. A team that's a little bit of a rebuild, but they're able to get these high picks and build out that core for the future. So it's looking like a bright future for the Aviators, especially since they also have 2 other first-round picks scheduled in this draft. So we'll see where those go. Number 5. Excuse me. One moment. Sorry about that. Throat was getting a little dry. I had to get some water. Number 5 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators will select again, and with that number 5 overall pick, the Outer Banks Aviators take Urs Schneider. I apologize if I mispronounced that first name. I think I pronounced Schneider correctly, but Urs Schneider, a shortstop, user Anix, 227 TPE with a 297 average, 357 OBP this last season. So congratulations to Anix. I see you're in the Twitch chat. Well done. Congratulations on getting drafted at pick number 5. Urs Schneider from the Anchorage Wheelers organization. And this is a very interesting render, and I'm not exactly certain what is going on.
I think there's Pow on the bottom left crying. I think that's what that is.
Yeah, that's Pow on the bottom left crying.
I'm pretty sure there's Anchovy.
There's Anchovy. There's a raptor in the bottom right with laser beams.
I think that's it. Is that a raptor?
T-Rex.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, whatever it
T-Rex.
is. I like the dinosaur with laser eyes. That's incredible.
What was Chovy up to when doing this? I don't understand.
I don't know. It's a great render by Sarah, though, as it always is. We do have a quote from Bailey, one of the OBX GMs, about Urs Schneider, saying, quote, "Anix has a horrible taste in sports teams, but is a pretty cool dude. We had a great long chat about his sports teams and the mistakes he makes there. He won't make a mistake by coming to OBX." So I don't know what conversation happened about sports teams. Apparently, they root for rival sports teams. But congrats to Anix for being drafted at number 5, and congrats to the Aviators for drafting Urs Schneider, one of the top infielders in this season's draft. And now we get to... Oh, it's Ravens and Manchester United. Okay. So a couple of them. Thanks, Bailey, for clarifying. And now we get to one of my team's picks, the Vancouver Vandals. For those of you who don't know, I am one of the GMs of it, Musha being the other. And we were absolutely stoked to make this pick here. We did not think that they would fall to number 6, but here they are. So, without any further ado, number 6 overall, the Vancouver Vandals in the Season 31 Majors Draft select Richard Dickey Diamond, user Big Unit Babs, shortstop. Babs, you're coming back to Vancouver. We actually, for those of you who don't know, Babs's previous create, RJ Menard, did spend a little bit of time, not too long, in Vancouver. We absolutely loved having Babs around. We are absolutely thrilled that Babs is coming back to Vancouver. People are already saying, "How'd he fall to 6? 6 with a steal?" Absolutely. we were shocked as well. 220 TPE shortstop with a 261 average, 334 OBP this season from the Anchorage Wheelers organization, which Babs is one of the GMs of. So we are very thrilled to have you on board, Babs. We think that you're going to be a huge part of our upcoming future, and we hope that you're gonna stick around for a long time with us. And because I know in your media you said that you were going to look at signing a 3-year extension, and then we'll see after that. So I hope you'll continue to stick with us after that 3-year extension. But we got a lot of time between then and now to talk about things, but we're ecstatic to have you on board.
Great user as well.
Absolutely.
I don't agree with that. Babs
Debatable.
kind of sucks.
That's his thinking. What a bus.
Jesus.
Good luck with
He
that.
plays for New York a couple seasons, and all of a sudden he's stinky, huh?
It's true.
He's
I mean, have you been
He's
to New
stinky.
York?
I mean, imagine him drafting Kevin Choate number 2 overall. What a mistake that was. Oh wait, that was pass.
Oh, Jesus. This is going off the rails already, AJ.
Everyone catching strays tonight.
Oh, we love Babs. I will say this is that it pains me because like we knew we didn't really have much of a chance to get him back. Not without destroying everything. like basically destroying our future to get one person back. But yeah, he has been. He means so much to New York, and it's weird not to have him around. The fact that we had to boot him from the war room because of the draft was already weird enough.
Yeah.
So, and we have to keep all this away from him. So.
I imagine it's a similar feeling to when DG and El Gringo went from being like lifetime vandals to being a sloth and a star now. So, but as time progresses, things change. So we're hoping that Babs is going to be a longtime vandal for many years to come. We're very happy to have you on board, Babs. So, and now we're moving on to number 7. Number 7 overall, the San Antonio Sloths have this selection, and with it, they will select John Camden Jr., user JSS331, starting pitcher from the California Firehawks organization, 218 TPE, 5.15 ERA, and a 1.62 WHIP this season. This is, for those of you who don't know, they were JSS331 previously was John Camden, just the John Camden, not with the junior, was a position player for the San Antonio Sloths for, I think, their entire career. I'm not positive on that, but they were a long-time Sloth. So this pairing makes all the sense in the world. We do have a quote from Juosu, who says, quote, "There are many awesome people on the board still, but we knew JSS very well from his first player, where he played with the Sloths for a long time. He was also always a great locker room guy and dependable earner, and he made it clear he wanted to come back to the Sloths with this player as well. We knew we probably needed at least one pitcher as well, and so he made perfect sense with our pick here. Great to have you back." So, absolutely, John Camden, the original John Camden, playing for the Sloths for a long time. Makes sense that Camden Jr. coming back to the Sloths, especially with the positional fit. So congratulations to JSS331, John Camden Jr. for being drafted at number 7 overall by the San Antonio Sloths. And that will bring us to number 8 overall, that being the Providence Crabs selection. And with the number 8 overall pick, the Providence Crabs will select Banda Natsunosuke. I apologize deeply, Maddie, if I mispronounced that. Natsunosuke, I think. Banda Natsunosuke. Relief pitcher from the Amarillo Armadillos organization, 238 TPE, 4.72 ERA, and a 1.54 WHIP. Maddie 7478, previous HO member. Great user, high earner.
Wait.
I think I'm getting the wrong Maddie.
You got the wrong Maddie.
I'm thinking.
This is Maddie Paul.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Benny the Jet
player,
Maddie. I'm thinking
Matty
Matty
Paul,
Paul.
one of the
Too many Maddies. I
too
agree.
many Maddies. They're just
We got to
too many Maddies.
consolidate. Can y'all just combine into one person, please?
Just ban the name Maddie.
Maddie,
Nobody can
yeah.
be
That was a
no
good
more
call,
Maddies in
though.
the league.
No more Maddies.
Someone's gonna say that was
Matty
Stanford.
Cube.
But yeah, the former players Matty Paul, arguably one of the best relievers that we have seen
Absolutely.
in the league.
That's true, Shu. That's called a multi. You're right.
Quote from Leafer from the Providence Crabs. Maddie was the best player available at this pick, and we are extremely happy to pick Maddie at number 8, who is going to be a great player, a future superstar, and a great person to talk to in the locker room. Already looking better than Dasani Voss. Which, for those of you who don't know, that's the player of Leafer's GM partner.
that
Sorry.
yeah. No, true, yeah.
So yeah, congrats to Maddie7478, previously known as Maddie Paul, currently known as Bonded Natsunosuke, for being drafted to the Providence Crabs at number 8 overall. And that will bring us to the Sarasota Supernovas pick at number 9. And I don't believe that this one was traded. So Hummus, would you like to announce this pick?
A leak. Yeah, it was not traded.
Well, it's not a leak. We're
I'm-
informing them now during the
It'd be an
draft.
honor. I think he's here in Twitch chat. But with the 9th overall pick of the season 31 draft, the Sarasota Supernovas select Jake Pliskin, starting pitcher out of the Hepcats. User is twins_34. And I got a little quote from our lovely GM, Juniped. Just say, if we ever need to escape from Sarasota, this is the man you would call. Jake had a wonderful interview, and the graphics I've seen that he can make are very impressive. With OOTP experience and our desperate need for pitchers, all combined to make this a match made in heaven, in my opinion. He comes in at 216 TPE. Don't pay attention to minors pitching stats, but because I'm a good testament of that. But congratulations to Twins. I think he's here in Twitch chat. I wasn't looking. Me and him hit it off for a while. He joined the PBE voice chat league, and he came over from the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas league. James LeBlanc, if you all remember him from the Swifties and OBX, and very dedicated in that league. And he just got interested to join this, and the rest is history. So congratulations on being the 9th overall pick.
When you were saying Fluffy Kitties Ninja League, I thought you were calling the Hepcats the Fluffy Kitties. I didn't know that there was a league named the Fluffy. What was it? Fluffy Kitty.
FK, FKN Commish LB.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Twins came over from FKN Commish LB's league, and I think he's the only user to join from that league. Hey, the EMLB. Yeah. What's up, Twins? I see you in chat. Congratulations. It's gonna be awesome being teammates. But yeah. He came over, and the rest is history. Congratulations to Twins.
Congratulations indeed. And that will do it for pick number 9. Pick number 10 belongs to the Outer Banks Aviators. And with number 10 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators will select Oil Can, the first baseman from the Armarillo Armadillos organization, user Alaris, 229 TPE, 260 average, 311 OBP. I'm not sure why the render is a double from Pokemon, but Kentakira with the render I might have to message Kentakira and ask him. But maybe that's what they put for the render for their player roster page. But Oil Can, this is a quote from Bailey saying, Alaris is someone known across sim leagues. We had an awesome chat too. I think this was the most smooth conversation. Alaris can add so much to OBX and will be our first baseman moving forward. We are more than excited to see what he can do on the team. So congratulations to Oil Can for being selected here at number 10 overall by the Outer Banks Aviators. And congrats to the Aviators for selecting their first baseman of the future, Oil Can. That will bring us to number 11 overall, which is the New York Voyagers pick. And with that pick, they will trade it away. Number 11 overall going to the Sloths as they trade up in the draft. Looking to possibly get someone specific here as the New York Voyagers trade down to number 15 overall. So they go down 4 spots and get the Detroit second round in season 33 for the trade down. So now we look at the updated board. You'll see the Sloths at number 11 and the Voyagers at number 15 now. Sloths making their third first round selection here and in this draft, and with it, they will take M.A. Ryder, user dab.exe, starting pitcher out of the Ranas organization, 231 TPE, 5.05 ERA, 1.51 WHIP, and that is a excellent dab Photoshop. I guess it is a Photoshop, or it's just someone that really looks like they're dabbing. I think it's a Photoshop, though. So I love the render. Once again, one of the renders by Sarah. So M.A. Writer, we do have a quote from Juosu about dab.exe. Juosu says, "We had a lot of talks about this as we knew picking a third time in the first round is likely going to haunt us in the future cap-wise, but we also really couldn't stay away from this pick. Giving up a future second doesn't hurt us too much, and we got the guy we really liked here at 11 instead of waiting at 15 and possibly missing out on him. Another guy that really impressed us in scouting and another pitcher for the future of the team down the road." So congratulations to dab.exe for being drafted to the San Antonio Sloths. Also, thank you to Moosey for gifting a Tier 1 sub to Degumpa. But yeah, congrats to the Sloths for trading up for who they really wanted here at number 11. And that will bring us to number 12, that being the Seattle Sea Serpents. And we do actually have the Seattle Sea Serpents GM in this call, that being C Does It.
We do, yeah. And that was quite the wait. It felt like forever to get to 12, but here we are.
Well, we talked a lot about about some of these players, but lots to say about some of them. So, would you like to announce the number 12 overall pick?
Sure thing. So with the 12th overall pick in the draft, the Seattle Sea Serpents are going to select Garrus Vakarian, Hasio, and this was something that we had talked about a bunch, and Hasio had been talking to us for quite some time. You know, we had tried to snipe him in the off season for a little while to get him coming over here when he was a free agent, but that never worked out, and now he's stuck here for real this time. So really glad to get him here at 12. Thought he'd go around this range. Was really happy to see him come up on our board. Definitely someone who's going to spend a little bit of time in the minors, but come out swinging as soon as he comes up. So we're looking forward to that debut and getting him into the locker room and talking with all the rest of the guys. So feels like a good pick for us.
Congratulations to Haseo. Previous Create Zach Mouse, for those of you who know of the former Indianapolis Apex outfielder. This current player, Garrus Vakarian, catcher for the Brew City Bears, 226 TPE, 298 average, and a .36 OBP. I don't know if is that supposed to be .360 maybe? But congratulations to Haseo for being selected here at number 12 overall. Wait, what's up, Nate? Nate said wait. I don't know what Nate was.
I don't think he.
Okay. All right, we'll move on. But congrats to Haseo for being drafted to the Sea Serpents, and congrats to Seattle for getting a great catcher in Garrus Vakarian and a great user in Haseo. And that will bring us to number 13 overall, that being the Maui Makos. Okay. Number 13 overall, the Maui Makos will select Carlos Crashwagon, user Cement Hands, a relief pitcher from the California Firehawks organization. 213 TPE, 4.08 ERA, and a 1.22 WHIP. For those of you who may not know, Carlos Crashwagon was also the name, I think it was spelled slightly differently, of Cement Hands' last create, but he was a catcher instead of a pitcher, so changing it up in terms of what area of the field they'll be playing on, taken to the mound for this create. So congratulations to the Maui Makos for drafting Carlos Crashwagon, and congrats to Cement Hands for being drafted here at pick number 13. And that will bring us to number 14 overall, that being the Scorpions selection. And I think Okay. At number 14 overall, the Scorpions are going to trade it. Scorpions receive Wonder Franco, and I believe actually what's not mentioned here is some of Wonder Franco's contract. I believe is retained.
It's retained. Yes, that's
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
And also
Details I don't feel like filling in.
and in
Leave me alone. It was
exchange-
3 in the morning when I did this.
I'm sorry, Enoch. I promise I will leave you alone now. And in exchange, the Indianapolis Apex receive legalized tampering, Beavers player, 14 overall, and the season 32 DVS first. So the Apex receiving, 2 first-round picks here. For the current one, 14 overall, and the season 32 Scorpions first, as well as a active player in Beavers player legalized tampering, and the Scorpions receive Wonder Franco with a retained contract. Paz, you are here. I don't know. Can you speak on this trade without spoiling the upcoming pick?
Yes, I definitely can. Coming into being Indy's GM, there was a lot of moving pieces going on with a lot of people retiring and such, and I just felt like, it was best to kind of just start the rebuild, now. I know Josh was, really good over here, and I talked to him a bit back when I was in New York too, but unfortunately, I feel like it was kind of past Indy's window. So trading for Beaver, who was a lot younger, and getting this pick as well as a future pick seemed like a no-brainer for Indy.
Yeah, you guys got quite the haul here for a great user in Josh with Wonder Franco. But yeah, there's the trade. And would you like to announce who you selected with this number 14 overall pick?
Sure, yeah. So with the number 14 pick, we are selecting the user TG19. Player name is TGP. It is a right fielder. Played for the Hepcats. Um, I didn't really have a lot of time to talk to a lot of people, unfortunately, once I started GMing, but TGP was top 4 or 5 on my board, and still on my still on the list at 14. So I was just like, kind of have to grab him there. They have a ton of money in the bank already. uh, the responses they gave to the questionnaires that I sent out very few days before, after I got in, were great too. And I was just like, I got to get this person over here. So congrats, TGP. Hopefully you enjoyed here in Indy.
Big congrats to TGP. Apex, as Paz mentioned, another team kind of on the rebuild, but you get these good players as part of a core to build up, and suddenly that rebuild doesn't seem so daunting anymore. Number 15 overall, we do have the Voyagers GM Enoch on the call. Enoch, would you like to announce number 15 overall?
Oh yeah, just beforehand, like we traded down from 11. I put we were at a kind of weird spot at 11 because certain stuff happened that I kind of didn't expect to happen when we got to that pick. I did put the I did put the pick on the block prior just to see what we may get. Juosu did reach out. Actually, no, I think it was vice versa because Juosu was looking to trade up, and so we had like a little bit of a chat beforehand, but we had to kind of see what happens at 11. So when 11 came about, we took the deal. Thought it was a very fair deal for a future second and for 15. Yeah. So with number so at number 15, the New York Voyagers selects Delhi Dendex.
Index.
Casey, yeah, Casey, delete the index. Casey Kobe, and just so welcome back, Kobe. So Kobe, we've had him on the team with Kevin Hunter. I honestly don't remember when we signed him, but but it's I know that he did want to come back, and I've had a lot of really great conversation with him uh, in DMs and talking about the league, um, talking about just builds and different things to try and so forth. And so I always consider him a very asset to the team. And being a max earner, I took the chance that he probably it's debatable if he would have fallen further, but with the way that things played out, I thought that I would just get what I knew to be the sure bet here at 15, and yeah, so welcome back, Kobe. We're happy to have you back.
Yeah, congratulations to Colby. Deleted Index, the player name. Relief pitcher from the Brew City Bears, another user that I was privileged to share a locker room with. Go Bears. 245 TPE, 3.36 ERA, and a 1.27 WHIP as a relief pitcher in the previous season. And as many people in the chat have pointed out, this is a goated render right here. This is a amazing render, which is it even says sir at pvsim.com is taking too long to respond, and we have an additional open tab at the top if you notice that says
Yeah, it says New York Voyagers. The detail in that is amazing.
Yeah.
So hats off to Sarah.
It's great. I love it. So congratulations to Deleted Index, Casey Colby, for being drafted here at number 15 to the New York Voyagers, and congrats to the Voyagers on getting a future relief pitcher here with this pick. That will bring us to number 16 overall. Paz, we're back to you.
Okay. So, with the 16th overall pick, Indy is selecting second baseman Drew Leahy. I'm not
Leahy.
sure. Leahy. Okay, I did get it right. User is Grizzy. So kind of like what I mentioned before, didn't have much time, but I saw Grizzy a ton in the Twitch chat during the playoffs. He was talking all the time. So I had to reach out to Slothface since I knew he was the GM in California and he had nothing but great things to say about Grizzy. And that's exactly the kind of person that, I'm looking to bring into Indy to help build a future around. They have good TPE. They've done a lot of stuff on the site too. So hopefully Grizzy and TGP could help us get a solid core going into the future. So, congrats, Grizzy. Happy to have you in Indy.
Yeah, I see Grizzy all the time in Twitch chat. They're all the
Yeah.
time. Uh, Surprisingly, the one time I'm not seeing them is now. I don't think I've seen Grizzy in the Twitch chat. Maybe he's there. Maybe they're there, but
Maybe he's hiding. Yeah, I tried to look before, but I didn't see it either. I'll have to send him a message on Discord or something.
yeah, congratulations to Grizzy, Drew Leahy. I have been corrected on stream about the pronunciation. So
Late.
Leahy.
Okay.
Yep. Congrats to Grizzy for being selected here at number 16 overall by the Indianapolis Apex. That will conclude the first round. Go ahead and take your snapshot picks. We do actually have a compensation first round pick at number 17, which we'll get to in just a moment. But make sure you get your snapshots now if you want to have your reference for the first round. This draft will be posted to JSync in the next couple of days probably, so you won't have to wait too long to see it on the forum. But yeah, there's the first round for you, and moving right along to the first compensation round, we do have one pick, that being the New Orleans Rougarous, and at number 17 overall, the New Orleans Rougarous. What is that in the chat? What am I looking at? All right. Continuing on, 17 overall, the New Orleans Rougarous select Ness Kind, first baseman from the Anchorage Wheelers organization, user Miss Obvious. 161 TPE, 306 average, 359 OBP. This is for those of you who might not know, Miss Obvious's previous player was Doug Dangley. Miss Obvious was the GM of the Indianapolis Apex. No longer, and has now been drafted to the Rugers. What's up, Derek? Derek, did you?
I know what that was. And it's a good reason nobody else saw that. I hope.
They got deleted and they got banned, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Move on.
I was gonna say let's worry about the draft. Oh look, it's a Miz pick.
but by the way, like, if you ever like this render, if you like the first time I saw this at like 2 a.m, it terrifies me.
Oh my god!
This render is something. I don't know what it is, but it is
Someone get
something.
the hell kicked out of him. What happened?
it looks almost abstract. I'm gonna have to ask Kaya about this a little later, but yeah, this is interesting. We do have a quote from Phillies, the New Orleans GM, who says, quote, "Wow," in all caps, "what a steal. I can't believe they fell that low. This will be one of the picks that the other GMs look back on and say, quote, wow, how did we miss that?" Like
I see what he did there.
Yeah. Like Miss Obvious. So,
yeah.
but yeah, congratulations to Miss Obvious for being drafted here to the New Orleans Rougarous. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Miss was still involved in the draft because he was still Apex GM at the time, so I think he knew where he was going. But congrats to
Yes.
Yeah, but congrats to the New Orleans Rougarous for drafting Miss Obvious here at number 17. There's your comp round. If you want to get a screenshot of the one pick, you can do that now. But we are moving right along into the second round. We're still only at the second round, so maybe we speed this up a bit. Number 18 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators select. Just kidding, they traded it. Psych! Gotcha. Number 18 overall is actually going to the New York Voyagers, and in exchange, the Outer Banks Aviators receive number 28 overall, so a little bit of a drop of about 10 picks in the second round. They also receive a Detroit second round pick, which sounds oddly familiar. I think a Detroit second round pick was traded earlier between two teams that weren't Detroit. But yeah, season 33 Detroit second rounder is going to the Outer Banks Aviators, in addition to 28 overall, as New York trades up. Enoch, you want to talk to me about this trade real quick before we head into the pick?
Yeah. So
No spoilers.
no spoilers. Since the other part, there was kind of a two-parter to the initial one was that I knew I could have used something. I had the intent to move up in the second round. So and OBX, I mean, they were looking to move down, which I guess we could say why. It's not really much of a spoiler. They have to draft Bailey, who is the co-GM in the second round. So so since we gained the Detroit second, we wanted to move back up and moved all the way back up to the top of the second, so we get the pick of the litter, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
in the second round. So that's really my motivation there, and with that, I guess we could go to the next screen, and with that, the New York Voyagers at number 18 will draft Michael Ethos, second baseman from the Hepcats. Users just a me, and yeah, Ethos has been great in the Hepcats locker room since being picked up on waivers. I really love his energy when we chatted with him. It was great, and 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 Paz, we rarely pick Hepcats. I
Okay.
literally developed like half the league, and we never ever pick Hepcats because I
Hmm.
lose them all. So so the fact that I for once there's a Hepcat that I want to take, I am taking a Hepcat. So yeah, um yeah, but he like I said, like he has been he was great in the locker room. We had really good talks with him, and I'm ecstatic to have him on the team. And yeah, it just you didn't figuring out ways to earn as well, and dropping media and so forth. It's great to see, and I really love his enthusiasm, and I think I've mentioned this. This pick kind of reminds me of when we picked Kurt Swerve. It was like someone that somehow fell below the radar a little bit, or maybe just wasn't in other teams' plans due to whatever reason. But yeah, but really happy to have you on board, buddy.
So congratulations to Michael Ethos for being drafted at number 18 overall. That brings us to number 19 overall, that being the Sarasota Supernovas. Hummus, you still awake? It's been a while since we threw it to you.
You awake, old man? Yeah, I'm here. I was doing commish duties. Shout out to the Sloss. You all now have your J-Sync trophies for winning the championship.
Nice.
Congratulations on an incredible season, incredible World Series. Sea Serpents obviously put up a huge fight, and it was an amazing games 5, 6, and 7. So, yeah, Sloss, another ring, 6 now. So, congratulations. But with the 19th overall pick of the season 31 Major League Draft, the Sarasota Supernovas select Instantaneous Peter Oatmeal III, second baseman, user Dad's Skier. I probably Dodd Skier. I probably pronounced that wrong. But yeah, I got a little quote from Junie, our GM. While we missed out on the first oatmeal, I wouldn't let the second slip through my fingers. Instant IP3, I guess that's the nickname. IPO3, I should say, is also a friend of the owner, and so he didn't have a choice. Talking about Junie. Also, contact focused middle infielders speak to me. So yeah, Junie knows this user from MLR. Folks were talking about their conversations with instantaneous Peter Oatmeal going into scouting, and positive reviews all around. So congratulations to instantaneous Peter Oatmeal, Dad Skier. Looking forward to being your teammate. I've heard from MLR, Dirk called you a top 5 Discord user he's ever encountered. So big compliments for this guy. So looking forward to interacting with him more as teammates.
You know what I love about this player name is the addition of the third at the end. That means that there were, to this date, 2 other instantaneous Peter Oatmeals, which is just amazing in its own right. A fantastic little piece of lore there. So, congratulations to Dodd Skier, I'm guessing. I apologize greatly.
Yeah. No, we're excited. And, just to give a little, I know Enoch was doing a little bit of breakdown of what happened with some of those picks. We were talking about Junie really wanted him, obviously. And so I told him, I'm like, let's grab twins, and then he'll be there in the second. I promise you. And it became a meme in the war room. Like every pick that went by, I was like, hey, Oatmeal's still there. Oatmeal's still there. Oatmeal's still there. Oatmeal's still there. And then so when we picked him, Junie's like, Oatmeal's gone. I'm like, damn it, I wanted to be the one to say it. So congratulations to IPO3.
Congratulations, indeed. That will bring us to number 20 overall. Uh, that being the Boise Raptors selection. Uh, However, there was a trade. The Vandals, we traded
Oh,
up. Sorry, DRJ.
You sound confused.
I do sound confused because I was getting ready to announce the pick.
It will come in a couple
The
more
two people
picks.
from the two teams that traded with each other did not know that it happened.
No, I knew. I
Yeah,
was going back and checking, but I think Musha was kind of spearheading this trade actually, as I'm kind of transitioning GM powers over to him, anticipating my step down. But yeah, Vandals did trade up to number 20 overall. We gave up a third round pick in season 33 in order to move up 3 slots and make sure that we got the person that we wanted at number 20. So you'll see the updated board there. Now Raptors have back-to-back picks at 23 and 24. And the Vandals have this number 20 overall pick. Here we go. Number 20 overall in the Season 31 PBE Majors Draft. The Vancouver Vandals very excitedly select Styles Stern, user Ted Stern, 2001, shortstop from the California Firehawks organization, 245 TPE with a 253 average and a 314 OBP this past year. I don't know how Stern fell this low, because when I checked the compendium prior, like a little bit earlier to this pick, I think Stern was either tied or in the lead for TPE in the draft class. So already,
I think he was tied.
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he was tied, like maybe with Colby, maybe.
it was at
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah, he was at the top with Kobe.
Between Colby and Stern at 245.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, this was a huge pick for us. We were in awe that Stern had not been taken yet, and from the conversation that Musha had with Stern, there was nothing but high praises for Ted Stern 2001, and we are really, really excited to bring you on board. I see you in the chat. We're really excited to have you, Ted Stern 2001. We're hoping that for a real big explosion on the field from Styles Stern in the future in a green Vandals uniform just like this one. So congratulations for being drafted here at number 20. We're extremely excited to have you. And I think Musha will probably get you a locker room invite if he hasn't already. Because I'm a little bit preoccupied at the moment. But that will bring us to number 21 overall. The Maui Makos, with this number 21, will trade it to the Death Valley Scorpions, who are trading up 1 pick in this draft, going from 22 to 21 overall. And in addition, the Maui Makos receive 34 overall in this draft, and the Death Valley Scorpions will receive the Maui Makos Season 32 third round pick next season. So we have the trade happening here that gives this pick to the Death Valley Scorpions. At number 21, they will select Giuseppe Jones, user Charles. I apologize. If you're in the chat, please.
Charles, so.
Charles? Okay, I think it's Charles. If you're in the chat, correct me. But starting pitcher for the Kansas City Hepcats, 221 TPE, 4.10 ERA, 1.50 WHIP. Giuseppe Jones to the Death Valley Scorpions. We do have a quote from Person Man, who says, and I quote, "The Death Valley GMs have no idea how Charles fell so far in the draft. He ranked as a top 3 pitching prospect in the draft for us, and we're ecstatic to get him. From 10 overall to eventually 21 overall, we were trying to trade up to draft Jones, and we couldn't believe to not see his name drafted after each of those picks. Charles is a newer user to the PBE, but we have the utmost confidence that he is going to end up as a household name in the league. Giuseppe Jones is coming off of a great season in the minors, and we're excited to see how he improves over the next seasons to eventually make the transition to the majors and help Death Valley win some championships." So congratulations to Charles, or Carl, whichever way it's pronounced, Giuseppe Jones, for being drafted here at number 21 overall to the Death Valley Scorpions. And congrats to the Scorpions for getting Jones at this late of a pick, as you mentioned.
If I recall correctly, they were number 32 in the minors draft. They went number 32 in the minors draft last season.
Okay. So kind of known
So
for
forced.
being drafted later.
So apparently, that's how that worked.
Weird. All right.
Mm,
Very weird for someone who is that high on the radar
yeah.
of DVS and that high on the TPE scale for pitchers. So,
Mhm.
but there you go. Giuseppe Jones at number 21 overall. That will bring us to number 22 overall, that being the Maui Makos. And with their selection, Maui will take Alfred Delia, user Kyle, first baseman from the Puerto Rico Ranas, 212 TPE with a 282 average and a 325 OVP this past season. Alfred Delia, this is a recreate. User Kyle previously created the pitcher Kyle Salchicha, if I'm not mistaken. Who was I am really struggling to remember what team they were on. I think it was the Uruguru.
Longtime Rougarou, then Omeko for a little while.
Gotcha. So that makes a lot of sense that the Makos, knowing the user, would go back to Alfred Delia. So, yeah, congratulations to Alfred Delia, user Kyle, for being drafted here to the Maui Makos at number 22 overall, and congrats to the Makos for getting this first baseman that you have familiarity with from the user. All right, Derek, I promise we won't mess with you again on this pick. This is the Boise Raptors pick. Would you like to announce it?
I got 2 picks in a row.
Yep.
So if they traded it again,
I promise you that number 23 is a Raptors pick.
I don't know who it is, but I have a good feeling about it. With the 23rd pick in the second round of the Season 31 Majors Draft, your Boise Raptors have selected Jordan Beecham Reyes.
Hey.
That's Jess, left fielder from the Swift Speeds of State College. I'm going to miss Parker Beecham,
Wow.
Parker Beauchamp, as it
I
said.
thought she was supposed to be a sloth.
Getting
Wow.
Jordan in this position was very, very good for the team. I know they probably said something different, but I just wrote a media about them last night, so this was very, very...
Enoch, did you say that you thought Jordan was going to be a sloth?
You missed the media? you don't know what I'm referencing to?
I apparently don't.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll tell you later then.
I evidently missed that one.
Okay, all right.
Oh, wait. All non-GM picks are steals. All GM picks are busts. That's how it
That's true.
works.
That's how
Well,
it
yeah,
goes
well,
out.
GMs.
Yeah.
It's all bus.
But yeah, Jordan Beecham Reyes, user Jess or Scold Patter. For those of you who don't know, Jess is one of the 2 GMs of the Boise Raptors, and if you're drafting a GM in the Majors Draft, you're drafting them with your highest second round pick. That being
Quote. AJ. Quote,
What's up?
AJ. Quote.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it, Petra. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
Hey, you asked me to interrupt you.
That's true.
And
Thank you.
Exercising my right to interrupt you.
Thank you, Petra. I will read. I promise. I just wanted to clarify for anyone who didn't know that GMs have to be picked with the earliest second. So that would be probably more than likely why the Boise Raptors traded down in the second round. Second round was to get some benefit for their team. In addition, since they were forced to pick their GM here. I say forced in the nicest way possible because it is a privilege to have Jess on your team. But GMs are forced to be picked. So, quote from Petra. Jordan Beecham Reyes is quite an incredible baseball player. His prowess in cold water swimming, underwater baseball, a skill he has trained since birth, and underwater activities such as scuba diving, shark hunting, and manta ray petting are incredible and give him a heads up on the other purely land-based baseball prospects, and the ability to dominate when baseball goes to the inevitable next step of the PBE, the underwater baseball games. And Beecham Reyes' prowess under the seas is both a benefit to him and a teachable skill for the remainder of the Raptors. So, there we go. Why is this being read? What? I don't know. I feel like I got
You're
memed
controlled
on
by
that.
the Raptors, by the way.
I felt like that was the case, yeah. But I feel
Justice
like,
I
for
think
AJ.
we're waiting for the next pick, AJ.
all right, we'll move on to the next pick. But congrats to the Raptors for drafting their GM. Number 24 overall, Derek. It's another Boise pick.
I don't know who the next pick is either, so we'll see what happens.
All right, go for it.
But for the Boise Raptors, with the 24th pick in the second round of the Majors Player Draft, Boise Raptors select Icy Wolf, a starting pitcher from the Florida Flamingos. They have 214 TPE. The ERA is not the best, but I have the utmost faith they are going to be a good pitcher and a great acquisition for the Boise Raptors as a whole.
Absolutely. Petra does have a quote for Snoosu. The user behind Icy Wolf saying, Snoosu is a really nice guy and someone I've had a lot of really nice interactions with. And while his last player went IA, he kind of didn't have much choice at the time, but he seems to be invested and earning solidly on this recreate and hopefully will be a really solid contributor, both on the field and as another pitcher and in the locker room. So congratulations to the Raptors for drafting Snoosu here, and congrats to Snoosu, Icy Wolf, for being drafted here at number 24 by the Boise Raptors. All right, that will just about do it for number 24. We're heading on to 25, that being the Providence Crabs. And with this number 25 overall selection, the Providence Crabs will forfeit it due to cap penalty. Same with number 26, the Rougarou. The Crabs of the Rougarou had some issues with the cap. Math is hard. And they were unable to stay under it. And
Question real quick is,
yeah.
Are they forfeiting because of the cap penalty as in money, or are they forfeiting because they couldn't afford the pitcher cap penalty? I'm confused.
Oh, I get you. Cap penalty, the pitcher. No,
Yeah, I thought we had cap penalty over in Seattle. Did we not get the real one?
QJ's player.
Well, there's
that is-
two
that
others
is
on
the
the
ultimate
screen,
multi.
so that's why I asked.
It's the ultimate multi.
This is the ultimate. I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing cap penalties show up a couple more times in this draft. Spoiler alert. But as we continue on past 25 and 26, which were forfeit, we head to number 27 overall. And as I mentioned previously, if you have a GM in the draft, you must select them with your earliest second round pick. So, big shocker, with the number 27 overall pick, the San Antonio Sloths do draft their GM, Sam Antonio, user Juosu. 222 TPE relief pitcher from the Dillos organization, 3.86 ERA and a 1.58 WHIP. And we do have a quote from Juosu about Juosu, saying, quote, "What a bum, overrated, will probably stat chase at the end of their career again." So there we go. Thank you for the quote, Juosu. And we are seeing a bunch of busts in the chat. Go ahead and keep throwing those in there. For Juosu's player Sam Antonio, which I'm tilting my head upside down right now. Is that Bryce Harper's head on a sloth? I know it's a baseball player's head on a sloth, but I'm not sure if it's Bryce Harper.
It's not Harper this
It's
time.
not Harper.
That looks kind of like Clayton Kershaw.
Oh, it's Kershaw.
But I'm looking it up. I think. I don't know. I didn't actually look that hard into it.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, I'm upside down right
That
now.
is Clayton Kershaw as a sloth.
There we go. So we had Bryce Harper for San Antonio, and now we have Clayton Kershaw for Sam Antonio, fittingly as the pitcher. So congratulations to the Sloths for drafting your GM, and congrats to Juosu for being picked here at number 27 overall. That will bring us to number 28. And with that number 28 overall selection, the Outer Banks Aviators will pick Gianna Morgan, relief pitcher, user Bailey. So this is another GM pick. We started to see a trend here with a few of these, but yeah, second round pick. GMs are chosen with the highest second round pick of the team. So Gianna Morgan, relief pitcher from the State College Swifties, 208 TPA with a 5.10 ERA and a 1.63 WHIP. I do think we do have a quote from Bailey about Gianna Morgan saying, quote, "I just found out Gianna isn't inactive." So there you go. It's funny.
Swifties legend.
Swifties legend indeed. But yeah, it's funny. I was reading these picks earlier, and I thought it didn't click in my head that this was Bailey's player, and so I was like, that's kind of weird for Bailey to say that about a player that they drafted. Only to realize that yes, indeed, it is Bailey's player. So there you go. Congrats to Bailey for drafting yourself with the number 28 overall pick. Number 29 overall belongs to the Stars. And with the number 29 overall pick, they will trade it. Number 29 overall sent to the Boise Raptors in exchange for the season 33 NOLA second round from the Stars, from the Raptors to the Stars. So Raptors now own this pick at number 29. Derek, you around?
I was focused on the stream because I'm just like, wait a minute. Okay.
Another one for you.
Yes, Colby, this one is being read, and it's not going to take long. So the 29th overall pick in the second round for the Majors Draft for the Boise Raptors is going to be baseball. That's literally all I can say about that. I have no idea. I don't... It's a second baseman. It's a baseball screaming. It's a screaming baseball. That's it.
I think that's one of Sam's favorite emotes is the screaming baseball. But congratulations to baseball. Baseball is calling ? Second baseman CPE Trella is the user. Second baseman from the Louisville Lemurs organization. 183 TPE, .261 average, .308 OBP. Congrats to CPE Trella for being selected here by the Boise Raptors. We do have a quote from Petra, who says, and I quote, "Trella is another SHL user that we were absolutely ecstatic to take. Powell had some nice words to say about them during scouting and obviously being teammates with them in WSBL. We know they're a max earner. The War Room loved this user, from previous interactions, and this is yet another big locker room presence that we look forward to seeing around." So congratulations to CPE Trella for being drafted by the Boise Raptors here, and congrats to the Raptors for selecting baseball at number 29. Two base, not enough balls, says Paz. And that will bring us to number 30. That being the Cancun Toros selection. But much like the earlier picks, the Toros had a little bit of trouble with the maths and the monies. So the Toros, Scorpions, Sloths, and Sea Serpents will forfeit their second round picks to finish off the second round due to cap penalties. This cap penalty guy is very popular. A lot of people drafting him.
Big goat.
See, does it? You mentioned earlier you thought you had cap penalty. There you go. You do.
You have him again.
Hey, best pick I've ever made right here.
So that'll do it for the second round. Grab your screenshots now. 3, 2, 1. We're moving on. Third round. We do have the Maui Makos at number 34 selecting. However, they will trade it. New Orleans Rougarou receive number 34 overall instead, and in exchange, Maui receives a real name, that being Kodraseth's player. And so a real name headed to Maui in exchange for number 34 overall. So the Rougarous have their pick here at number 34, and with it, New Orleans selects Cassius Bright, a relief pitcher from the Louisville Lemurs organization. User Bowl, it's either Bowl O or it's Bowl 0, because it is spelled Bowl 0 with an actual numeral 0 at the end. But I don't know if it's pronounced as an O So it could be Bolo. If
I don't. Oh, I never pronounced the O. I just kept saying Bo because I'm not.
Bowl. Okay. But we do have a quote from Phillies, who says, "From the beginning of the draft, Eldorian and I both knew we wanted Bolo or Bowl Zero or Bowl, and knew if he started."
Bo said it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. And knew if he started to fall, we wanted to trade for him. We got a great user and someone we know will make a great addition to the pack. So congratulations, Bowl, for being selected here at number 34 by the New Orleans Rougarou. And congrats to the Rougarou for trading up to number 34. And that will bring us to number 35 overall, that being the Sarasota Supernovas. And just checking real quick.
I'm alive in here.
We do have Hummus alive.
Hummus has a pulse.
Hummus has
Looking for my
woken
slumber.
up. Yeah. For another Supernovas pick. Go for it, Hummus.
Yeah, and with the 35th pick in the Majors PBE draft, the Sarasota Supernovas select just in case catcher Blood Monkey. With Junie said, with our lack of catchers and a player who loves underdogs, this was an exciting pick. We have big plans for Justin, and we're looking forward to seeing him succeed.
This is a great
Just
pick.
in case, Swifties legend, user Blood Monkey, 208 TPE, hit 250, OBP 320. Just in case created the Swifties new branding. If anyone's seen the media post, that's going to be going live next season. He saw our conversations taking place, and he just jumped at it. So when we were going through draft stuff and looking at our sheet, I'm like, Junior, we got to get this guy. We got to get this guy. He is a go-getter, and he's going to get a nice little payout for that and from Beaver. But one thing I did when I was going through scouting, and I don't know if Junie did this, but the recurring question I had was, are you willing to grind out this rebuild? Because it will be a grind. And his responses were like music to my ears. So shout out to Blood Monkey. Amazing to be your teammate once again. Just in case, pick number 35.
Just
Yeah, I think he fell victim to the to the position because I don't think there were too many catchers. Oh, too many people that like demanded catchers. Like if it was something else, I this easily much higher.
I think there were 5 catchers total, and I think one of them was inactive, or like maybe 100 TBE or something. But Hummus, you mentioned the Swifties new logo. I wanted to kind of bring in the sidebar here and show it off for alongside the old logo for comparison. So that's why if you guys saw a Discord bar pop in, that was why. But yeah, that will do it for pick number 35. And that brings us to number 36. That being the Boise Raptors selection. Derek, you there?
No trade, just to be curious. Okay.
Sure. We'll say no trade.
Well, yeah. I don't remember.
God,
Go ahead.
I can't trust these GMs anymore.
We'll find out. We're finding out with everybody.
Yeah.
It's like that.
All right. Or say anything. The 36th overall pick in the third round, we have for the Boise Raptors, they select JQ, left fielder from the Anchorage Wheelers. User is Opera Phantom. Good season with a 340 average and a 392 on base.
Absolutely. We do have a quote from Petra about Opera Phantom saying, JQ is a well-known user who we were surprised to see drop to us, but we won't be complaining, especially with their presence in ISFL and their ability to earn in every league they sign up for. He's already asked questions on the best ways to earn money, and we've been taking notice. He'll be an excellent addition to a locker room and look forward to his Portuguese soccer talk. I'm guessing that's a reference. Portuguese soccer. Probably a couple of fans in the Raptors locker room, maybe. I'm guessing Opera Phantom is one of those fans.
Soccer.
But there we go. Number 36, JQ, Opera Phantom. That'll bring us to number 37. And with the number 37 overall pick, the Maui Makos will trade it away to the Boise Raptors in exchange for the Sarasota third round pick in season 32 next season's. So that means we got another Boise Raptors pick for you, Derek.
By the way, I was it was kind of sad that the parlay didn't have how many trades, because that would have been a fun one.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot.
I know the exact number considering I tallied it up last night, but yeah.
At the end, please let us know. You know, at the end. Yeah. All right, Derek.
Okay, so there actually was a trade this time. Okay. I'm not used to Boise having this many picks. Normally they don't have this many.
Yeah.
So AQ is
Usually
a great
teams don't
pick.
have that
I want
many.
to see what's
Yes.
I want to see what's next for Boise. They're building a good team. With the 37th overall pick in the third round, the Boise Raptors have selected Hope Oswee, starting pitcher from the Chicago Kingpins organization. ERA is shade over 6 and a whip almost at 1 3/4. But the Pope, what are you going to do?
This is a fantastic render. This is a great one. I love the little Boise Raptors logo on like this.
I love it.
It's great. From Petra. Petra says, Cosby and I are good friends from another community, and while he said he's likely not max earning here, he's committed to earning well enough to be a competitive piece for the future, and is another part of this pitching core that we're putting together, and hopefully another great presence in the locker room like I know he can be. So congratulations to the Raptors for drafting Pope Cosby here, username Cosby, starting pitcher from the Kingpins, and congrats to the Boise, and congrats to Cosby for being drafted here at number 37. And that will bring us to number 38 overall, that being the Buffalo Surge. And with that number 38 overall, they're actually going to forfeit it. It's a cap penalty. So we got another cap penalty here with the number 39 overall selection. The San Antonio Sloths will trade it. We got another trade. Season 33 Sarasota third being sent from the Apex to the Sloths in exchange for number 39 overall. Paz, you want to talk a little bit about the trade real quick before we get to the pick?
Yeah, there was a player on the board that we really liked, based on me really talking with other minors GMs, saying that this person was like really active in the locker room. So, like I mentioned before, that's just pretty much something that we're looking for right now with the rebuild happening. So, hopefully that they can continue to do that when they come to Indy.
All right, so would you like to announce the pick itself?
Sure, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So with the 39th pick, the Apex are going to take Richard Rafi. I believe the username is also Richard Rafi, center fielder.
Yeah.
From the Hepcats.
Yeah, I was watching this one fall, and it's kind of a testament to how deep this draft actually is, because like I had him, I thought he would go in the second round easy, but yet here we are at 39, and I think this is a very good pick for the Apex, and hopefully will be a stable for you in center field or wherever he ends up playing. So.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of need people everywhere. So, but hopefully we could try to keep Rafi in center field or wherever he wants to go, or they would like to go. But yeah, I talked to a few people, really excited to bring them in, and that's pretty much all our picks. So, for this draft, we got more picks next draft, but hopefully, we can build a nice little core with the people that we have.
you gotta hope for the best with the rebuilds, but I think the Apex
Yep.
got a good bunch of players here as their future core for their rebuild. So congratulations to the Apex for drafting Richard Rafi here, and congrats to Richard Rafi for being drafted by Indianapolis at pick number 39.
Well, I'm also gonna head on off.
All right. Well, thank you
Just
for joining us,
because I got
Kaz.
nothing else. And no problem. Thanks for having me on, and
Absolutely.
I'll be watching in Twitch chat.
Finally, he
definitely.
leaves. Jeez.
Wow, rude hummus.
Wow, hummus.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Hey, he was
Wow.
dissing me earlier.
Fine
This,
hummus.
this is your leader.
Now
You
we
were
know
listening before
why
in the
Bentley
pre-show.
didn't get re-signed to Indy. That's the main reason why he didn't get re-signed to Indy.
Yeah, I dissed their future GM in the future.
They went back in
Thank
time
you.
and said, nope, we're not extending
Yes,
it.
COC. Yes.
Soda's got my back.
That's true.
Thanks,
We do have a
Soda.
code of conduct committee. Yikes! I should be on my angel game. Sorry, y'all.
Man, I was preaching positivity at the start of the draft, and we're all just catching strays tonight.
Let's
There
just
we go.
ignored all of that.
Yeah. Here we go. 40 overall. The Demons lose it to cap penalty. So the Crabs and the Rougarous and the Stars and the Voyagers. 5.
Yay, I get a cap penalty too.
Well, actually, the Crabs wasn't cap penalty. Theirs was punishment.
There actually was a punishment.
I don't remember that
I
punishment.
think
but
that was it might have been the trade for a pick that they didn't have. I think that was.
Okay.
I didn't.
I want to give a quick shout out to Simo. Simo did an absolute beautiful job running this draft, pretty much by himself from head office. So he deserves all the love. Obviously, Draft Graphics and Enoch putting together the trades. I didn't know you did that. So, it really takes a village. Over 80 people in management. But tonight, we're focusing on, Simo, Draft Graphics, which includes Sonic Gmail, Sarah, Kaya. And yeah, Enoch.
Oh well, all I did was the slides. So,
Kenta-
like all the hard stuff is purely on the graphics team with Kaya and Atman and Kenta and Sonic Gmail and Sarah
Yep.
and
Or Sarah.
so, and just absolutely amazing stuff that they've been pumping out for the last week. And
It's incredible. I tell
more
them,
to come with the miners one as well. So it's just like oozing talent out of there, and we're very, very, very lucky to have all of them on the team. So
Agreed. Couldn't have said it better. All right. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Sorry, y'all.
back to it. Number 45 overall, the Seattle Sea Serpents traded away. And we were just talking about how the Raptors had a lot of
just
picks.
go straight into here. Just
Yeah.
go straight in.
Just rolling right on into it. 2 more picks for the Raptors.
There you go. See, Derek, they want you to be involved in this.
Jesus.
Are you regretting signing up to co-host yet? I'm kidding.
I believe they had like
No,
double.
had no
I
idea
think they
this
had
was
double
gonna
digits amount of
happen.
picks. I think this is like 9 and 10 now, if I'm not mistaken.
So season 34, Boise second, way
I'm
off in the
getting
future.
trolled so hard by my own locker room.
So way off in the future, season 34, Boise second goes to the Seattle Sea Serpents in exchange for 45 and 50. 45 happening now, 50 happening a little bit later. Here we go, Derek. You ready?
Give me a second.
Do you need a break? I can announce one if you want.
I got it.
Okay.
I
Alright.
just can't believe this. We're still in the third round. We're only in the third round.
Yeah.
All right. The 45th pick, with the 45th overall pick in the third round, Boise Raptors select Christopher Gage, a shortstop from the Kansas City Hepcats. 167 TPE, an average of 274, and an on base of 341. User is Carter Pillow.
Carter Pillow. We do have a quote from Petra, who says, Gage is genuinely one of the most pleasant scouting interviews I've had in my 14 seasons of being a GM. He and I had a hour-plus discussion that was far off the topic of PBE by the end, but don't get me wrong, I think he's going to earn solidly. He has been a bit busy at Create, but has since gotten hooked on the PBE, and I think will be another awesome piece to have as we move forward, and seems like a genuinely really cool guy. So congratulations to Christopher Gage, username Carter Pillow. Yeah, Babs, it does look kind of like Caterpillar. Now that you pointed it out, I'm not going to unsee it. So congratulations to Carter Pillow, or Caterpillar, for being drafted here at number 45 by the Boise Raptors. And number 46, the Cancun Toros lose it to cap penalty, as do the Scorpions and the Sloths and the Sea Serpents, which means we're back to the Boise Raptors at 50 overall. Derek, we're back to your team.
All right. Don't know if this is the last one or not. With the 50th overall pick in the third round for the compensation, Boise Raptors selected Joey. No first, no last name, just Joey. Starting pitcher. This is the other Maddie there, AJ and Enoch. This is the other Maddie. 154.
This is Matty's Ice multi. Exactly, Matty Ice.
And a 5.68 ERA. Let's get to the message from Petra.
From Petra, not to be confused with the other PBE user, Matty Ice, which we have all definitely confused the Matties tonight. We're happy to pick up new Create and Anchorage Wheeler starting pitcher Matty Ice. He's one we're happy fell down to us due to some great talks he had with Powell about his future earning and his commitment to becoming a future starter for us. Already having a solid money plan for the future and a team player, we're super excited for him to join that starting pitcher core we are looking to create. So congratulations.
Just put in I forgot to type in the last name when I created.
What's up?
That's how he just wrote in the Twitch chat, I forgot to put in the last name when I created. So that's how he became just Joey.
Is that really?
That's hilarious.
Wow.
That's amazing. Man. I love it. Hey, what's the word for only being known by one name? Like, what's that?
I don't know.
It's not.
It's like Madonna and Beyonce, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there's a. I don't know. Yeah.
There's a word for mononymous. Yeah. Thank you, Petra. I think it's mononymous. Yeah.
Oh, but not really. Oh, okay. I learned something new.
and like share. Yeah. Yeah. So,
The word is famous, Nate. Yes, the word is famous.
Only famous people are mononymous. So there you go. Joey's gonna be famous someday. Can't wait. There you go. Number 50, Joey. Matty Ice, but not that Matty Ice. And that will bring us to number 51. Number 51, the Seattle Sea Serpents forfeited due to cap penalty. Fourth round, 52. Sarasota Supernovas. Hummus, you awake there, bud?
I am here.
All right.
God, I could take a break.
Not for too long. We got the Raptors coming up at 54. But yeah, Hummus, you want to announce this one?
I shall. With the 52nd pick in the Majors Draft, the Sarasota Supernovas, my Sarasota Supernovas, select the catcher, Bunting Bidoof, the voiceless creator. A bunt-focused catcher I could bring in during clutch situations? Yes, please. Also, TPC took a chance on my old SCFSL player, so I'm grateful. That quote was from Junipet. And, yeah, we're just excited to bring in TVC, well-known Sim League user. She's, been obviously SCFSL, ISFL. So, we're happy to bring in some experience. We have a lot of first-gen Sim Leaguers, in our draft class so far. So to balance it out with some, experience is crucial. So congrats on being picked, 52nd. And yeah, welcome to the Supernovas, the Voices creator.
Yeah, the Voiceless creator, Bunting Bidoof, catcher from the Kingpins. Congratulations for being drafted by the Sarasota Supernovas here at pick 52. Congrats to the Supernovas for picking up that bunting catcher. And that will bring it right back to you, Hummus, for number 53.
With the 53rd pick in the season 31 draft, my Sarasota Supernova select Jared Atkins, starting pitcher, user Big Machine from the Ranas. A big machine for a big spot to fill. Jared Atkins is an exciting prospect, and we're glad to be able to get him here. We're hoping he can fill a big spot in the roster in the future. Yeah, another pitcher. You know, you can never have too many pitchers on a sim league on a PBE roster. You always can find room for them, and another one that's going to be here with us for the long haul. We hope so. Shout out to Big Machine. Welcome to the Supernovas, and yeah, man, we are killing this draft. By the way, 174 TPE. You know, straight out of the Ranas, who everyone knows had a great year. So, welcome to the Supernovas.
And congrats to Jared Atkins for being drafted at 53. Number 54, Derek, you ready?
The
Derek
54th
died.
overall pick in the 4th round, Boise selects.
Just kidding.
Oh my!
Oh
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh man. Oh.
Boise trades down one.
No. They trade. No, they don't trade down one. They trade out. They.
No.
Boise
trade
trades.
out, yeah. Oh, it's not.
Yeah. They trade. That is
Boise
the.
gives
the
Buffalo the 54th overall pick, and Boise receives a 4th round pick in season 34 from the Buffalo Surge. There we go.
I'm so sorry, Derek. I'm so sorry. All right, that will bring us to number 54, the Buffalo Surge, with, I believe, their first pick in the draft, all the way in the 4th round. The Buffalo Surge selects CJ South, relief pitcher from the Swift Steeds organization, Mr. Tatus Orioles, 181 TPE with a 3.63 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP. Congratulations to Mr. Tatus Orioles, CJ South, for being drafted here at number 54. And that will bring us to number 55. Number 55. The Maui Makos select a trade. The Boise Raptors trade back into it. 55 overall goes to the Boise Raptors. Enoch's loving this. Enoch is loving this. Boise Raptors, 55 overall, and they send to the Maui Makos 70 overall, and their season 32 fourth. Derek, I promise you that this is actually a pick and not a trade, and not another trade.
This might be one of those episodes that we're gonna do in the future.
Are you ready?
I don't plan on that. I really don't plan on it now. The 55th overall pick in the 4th round, Boise has selected, hopefully a player.
Yep.
Thank you. Samsung Jr., the catcher, because we needed another catcher. The boys, I like the Buster Posey render, though. The catcher from the Puerto Rico Ranas, thank you, OBG. The username is ThenC206, and he has 181 TPE, the 234 average, and a 301 on base.
Yeah, congratulations to the Boise Raptors for drafting Samsung Jr., another catcher. I know they have Toot Blonde, who's still got some years of production left. They've got
Bobby Roode.
Yeah, Bobby Roode. They've got Martin Honda kind of changed to a shortstop, but
yeah.
And now they have Samsung Jr. as well. So congratulations to the user, the NC206. That's right. Toot is in right now, and Honda is a shortstop. So yeah, they got Bobby Roode at catcher, and they got Samsung Jr. as a catcher prospect. So yeah, congratulations to the Raptors for selecting Samsung Jr. and congrats to the NC206 for being drafted here at number 55. And sorry, we do have a quote from Petra who says, Samsung and I had a really nice talk in scouting. He seems like he's going to be a good earner and has been active in the Ranas locker room so far, and I think is just another really solid addition in what's been a really strong draft class for us in Boise so far. Really strong and really plentiful. A lot of Boise Raptors picks, as Derek is acutely aware of. And that will bring us to number 56. Number 56, the Buffalo Surge are going to trade it. We got another trade, 56 overall and 72 overall. Buffalo Surge sending to New York in exchange for New York's season 32 fourth. Excuse me. So Enoch, you want to talk a bit about the trade real quick? We're kind of low on time, so real quick.
Yeah, we're just looking for value here, and we saw someone that we wanted to take after some good conversation. So, without further ado, the New York Voyagers selects Kanye North. He's a relief pitcher here. I actually think he's currently a starter. The user is Z-Man, and at the from the California Firehawks, and we had good chats with him, and I think he'll be valuable, and I think, like what Hamid said before, you could never have too much pitching, and so welcome aboard, Z-Man. Well, happy to have you on board.
Aboard the SS Voyager. So congratulations to Z-Man, the California Firehawks relief pitcher Kanye North, being drafted at 56. That'll bring us to number 57. Been a while since I announced a Vandals pick, but it's been since the second round. So 37 picks later, here at number 57, the Vancouver Vandals will select Kurt Buckman, user Nobody, but spelled differently. Center fielder from the Chicago Kingpins, 167 TPE with a 273 average and a 338 OBP. Welcome, Kurt Buckman. At this point in the draft, we were looking, there was still a few players on the board that had been active within the past week at the time of drafting. There were still, I think, at this point, I think there were like 5. And so we picked a player that we thought was going to be able to be brought back to full activity, and we really hope that Kurt Buckman will be a large part of our team for years to come. We have a history of picking outfielders in the 4th round and having them turn out to be good. Cough, cough, Zarin Pryor. Cough, cough. So maybe Kurt Buckman will wind up as another steal for the Vandals. We're really hoping so. So welcome aboard, Nobody. Kurt Buckman, welcome to the Vancouver Vandals. And that will bring us to number 58. That being the Detroit Demons, who I think are making their first pick in the season 31 draft. And with that number 58 selection, the Detroit Demons take B.A. Dickey, user Fetchwell, starting pitcher from the Bruce City Bears, 144 TPE, 5.39 ERA, and a 1.78 WHIP. This is a player that I have been in contact with in the Bruce City Bears locker room, but I know they've kind of been falling off in terms of activity. So Demons definitely hoping for them to come back and play some big league ball for them down the road. But congratulations to the two fellow Bear Fetchwell, B.A. Dickey, for being drafted here to the Detroit Demons at number 58. That brings us to 59 overall, that being the Providence Crabs. And with the Providence Crabs selection at number 59, they take Abraham Lincrab, which is another phenomenal render. Relief pitcher from the Louisville Lemurs, user 4D Chess. If you've heard of George Washington Crab, that was his previous create. 172 TPE, 3.93 ERA, and a 1.31 WHIP. The quote from the Crabs just says they like crab presidents. So there you go. Congrats to 4D Chess, who, if I'm not mistaken, was Providence GM back in the day.
Yes.
So makes
He was the first Providence GM. So
so it makes
I
sense that he's
believe.
headed
Yeah.
back to the Crabs. uh, but congratulations to Abraham Lincrab, 40 chests for being drafted to the Crabs here. Moving right along, number 60 overall, New Orleans Rougarou Select, Sneed Finkman, catcher from the Puerto Rico Ranas, a user Campfire Method, 185 TPE, 267 average, and a 317 OBP. Sneed Finkman, the catcher, we do have a quote from Philly saying, Campfire came with a very high recommendation from their Dallas GMs. Super great locker room presence and a positive user. We're excited for them to call New Orleans their next home. So congratulations to Sneed Finkman for being drafted here at number 60 to the New Orleans Rougarou, and congrats to the Rougarou for drafting Campfire Method, aka Sneed Finkman. That brings us to number 61 overall, and with number 61 overall, the Stars will pass. So that means the Stars have officially exited the Season 30 draft. They no longer can pick. And that brings us to number 62. Hummus, you awake? You got a Supernovas pick here. Hummus?
Yeah, let's do it.
There
And
we
then
go.
I'm going to head off. So,
Okay, cool.
with the 62nd pick in the Season 30 draft, the Sarasota Supernova select.
Oh,
Oh,
I did.
we tricked you.
Wait, but it says. Wait, what?
Uh,
Oh, okay. My bad. So the Aviators receive 62 overall, and the Supernovas receive OBX's Season 32 fourth rounder. And with that selection, the Outer Banks Aviators will take Caleb Marco, a center fielder from the California Firehawks, user Spartan, 121 TPE, 270 average, and 316 OBP. We do have a quote from Bailey who says, I was the one who drafted Marco in his first sim league in the VHL. I have watched the young Padawan grow into such a great young man. I am excited to have Spartan on the team. So congratulations to Spartan, Caleb Marco, for being drafted here to the Outer Banks Aviators. And that brings us to number 63, Seattle Sea Serpents. C does it. You're still here, but I don't think you're going to be announcing this pick
No, I'm not.
because at this point the CLC Serpents passed
Yep.
and also exited the draft. So there we go. Seattle is out. Cancun, Death Valley, and San Antonio all followed suit and passed as well, leading to the Indianapolis Apex. And Paz unfortunately had to dip, so we do have. So I will read off the Apex pick real quick here. Number 67 overall, Indianapolis Apex select. Jaquez Thompson, third baseman from the Chicago Kingpins, user Foof King, 121 TPE, 298 average, and a 339 OBP. Congratulations to Foof King, Jaquez Thompson, for being drafted here by the Indianapolis Apex, and congrats to the Apex for drafting Jaquez Thompson. That brings us to the end of the fourth round. Take your screenshots. 3, 2, 1, done. Fifth round. Number 68. The OBX Aviators, Outer Banks Aviators, select Carl Weezer, user Carl Weezer, left fielder from the Florida Flamingos, 131 TPE, 311 average, and a 374 OBP. Bailey says, quote, I love this player's name, and we actually had a good chat over personal messages. I think this guy could absolutely be a huge steal. Absolutely, Carl Weezer was one of the ones that the Vandals were looking at when we said that there were like 5 left that we were looking at. Carl Weezer was one of them. And we think that the Aviators might have gotten a steal here. So we'll see if Carl Weezer turns out as big of a steal as they hope. Congratulations to Carl Weezer for being drafted to the Aviators, and congrats to the Aviators for drafting Carl Weezer. Now, Hummus, we do actually have a Supernovas pick. I apologize for faking you out like that. Hummus, you there?
Hummus is gone. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh,
Moving
okay.
on.
He's still in the group chat, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
I thought you said he's gonna dip. So. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's still in here. So okay.
All right.
Well, number
All right.
69.
Well, with the number 69 overall selection, the Sarasota Supernovas select. Just
Not
kidding.
really.
There's a trade. Wait, but it's. I think the draft picks channel has actually like one off, so that's why I'm getting confused. But
Yeah. If you look in the, I guess I actually had to remake some of these
yeah,
because you gotta look at the notes. That's why they're one off because we had the because originally there's a 253s that were listed and then it
yeah.
threw everything off.
So Detroit receives number 69 overall, and the Supernovas receive Detroit season 32 fourth. Detroit Demons select Luis Randall or Lewis Randall. Lewis Randall. Luis Randall? I apologize. It's either Lewis or Luis Randall. Starting pitcher from the Lemurs. User Cetreni? I apologize. I know you're in the chat. Please correct me if my pronunciation is off, but 133 TPE. Starting pitcher from the Lemurs, 5.51 ERA and a 1.68 WHIP. So congrats to Cetreni. Congratulations for being drafted here by the Detroit Demons. And congrats to the Demons for drafting Luis Randall at number 69. Nice. That brings us to number 70. But Maui actually passed on the remaining picks, so the Voyagers and the Vandals. Luis Randall was one of the other members of the five that we were looking at, and if he fell to us, we were going to take him, but instead the Detroit Demons grabbed him. Speaking of Detroit Demons, they have number 74 overall, and with number 74 overall, they select Russell Osborne, starting pitcher, MFRA S23, 107 TPE, starting pitcher from the Swifties, 5.45 ERA and a 1.75 WHIP. Congrats to the Detroit Demons for selecting Russell Osborne, and congrats to Russell Osborne for being drafted to the Demons. Number 75 is the Crabs, who will pass. And that brings us to number 76, the New Orleans Rougarou. At number 76, the Rougarou select Mateo Marzipan Martinez, the man who sold the world, relief pitcher from the Anchorage Wheelers, who unfortunately has recently retired. Maybe the Rougarou can convince him to come out of retirement, but if not, it's unfortunate, but it does happen. So, if the man who sold the world comes back to the PBE in the next few days, I think it's possible that this could be a late steal for the Rougarou, but with the retirement, it might be unlikely. So.
Yeah,
And,
they're in college and they
yeah,
wanted to they thought they had more time, but
yeah,
it's okay.
unfortunately.
It happens.
And then, as you can see, a lot of passes. We do have a couple more picks, though. At number 84, the Outer Banks Aviators are still picking. And they will select Denny, second baseman for the Louisville Lemurs. Username Denny, 156 TPE, 242 average, 319 OBP. And that is number 84. Congratulations to Denny. So, Trini, I don't know off the top of my head who your render was. I can send it to you, or someone on the graphics team can send it to you.
Yeah,
after
the
draft.
render you could I didn't see who did it, but you could ask them. They probably Googled a picture or something that they used. So yeah, so you could we'll send you the screenshot of yours and you could find the person who was either Sonic or Sarah or somebody, I don't know. I didn't see. So
All right, and that will be Denny, 84. Buffalo Surge with what's up?
So we're very close to the end.
We are very close to the end, yeah. As you can see by all the passes. Buffalo Surge were the last team to pass besides the Aviators. And the Aviators continued picking. So getting a few more picks in the 7th round at 100. Aviators selected Brody Zweig, right fielder from the Kingpins. User Chicago White Sox Matt.
Chicago White Sox. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
well, it's CHI
Okay,
Sox.
yes, I see it now that I broke it into.
Yeah, it's a reference to the White Sox, but I don't know how it would have been pronounced in this instance. But there you go. Brody Zweig, right fielder from the Kingpins, 103 TPE, 266 average, 330 OBP. Congratulations to Chicago White Sox Matt. And then at the 8th round, at number 116, the Aviators still picking, and they take Dracocar Sunazo, user Vic of the Florida Flamingos, left fielder with 100 TPE, 252 average, and a 301 OBP. Congrats to Vic Dracocar Sunazo for being drafted to the Aviators. And then we have the 9th round, 132 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators. Select David Ortiz III, username Moon. First baseman from the Brew City Bears, 140 TPE, 303 average, and a 342 OBP. Congrats to David Ortiz III. I do have one last quote from Bailey who says, Hall of Famer. That's all Bailey said about David Ortiz III. Hall of Famer.
We end on a Hall of Famer, yes.
We end on a Hall of Famer. That is the end. 9th round is the last round of the draft. Once again, this draft will be posted to JSync, so you'll be able to see all the picks written out there in the next couple of days. But I do want to thank all of the GMs and my co-host Derek Rogers Jr. for joining me on the call tonight. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I apologize, probably took longer than you might have thought. And I want to also thank the graphics team and, as Hummus mentioned, Simo and Enoch, all of them playing vital parts in putting together this draft and this presentation. So thank you all for that. And thank you to chat for all of you that stuck around till the very end. Be sure to tune in for upcoming PBE streams. Enoch, you want to tease your thing for tomorrow?
Yeah, so we have the S32 class, the prospect showcase tomorrow. That will be at 4:30 p.m. Hopefully, I could actually do it at that time. But yeah. Hopefully it'll be fun. I've always loved the showcase. It's just a fun time for the new class to kind of see themselves, and yeah. Yeah, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes. Because I get off work then, and I actually have a little bit of time in between. Either that, or we do like a 10 o'clock, like late night stream. So.
So we got the prospect showcase tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday we will have the minors draft. So be sure to tune in for that. I believe Sarah is leading it, is hosting. So be sure to tune in for that stream as well. And then on Sunday there is the awards stream, which I think is to be announced for the host. I know the time for both Saturday and Sunday is to be announced, so stay tuned for those. They'll be in the Game Day channel in the PBE Discord. So be sure to check that frequently. If you have the announcements tag, you'll probably get a ping for the times of the upcoming streams. But that is going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. And be sure to tune in for the future streams. Once again, Friday, Prospect Showcase. Saturday, Minors Draft. Sunday, Awards Stream. Tune into all of them if you can. Great things happening in the PBE. Thank you all for sticking around. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday and a great rest of your week.